Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in Smiley's world this morning. Good morning, H. Davis. Ooh, you number one this morning. Number one. Good morning, Andrea. Good to see you here. Let's see. We got another child missing in Canada. It's suspicious. Oh, yeah. That sounds like it. Okay, I gave you my email a while ago. I hope you sent it to me, and I will take a look at it, honey. Thank you, thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn Emery. Good morning, beautiful Janice. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We got, hey, Jude here this morning. Hey, Jude, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling good. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. You were the first one here, H. Davis. Yep, absolutely. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's see who else we got here. We got Nala. Good morning, Nala. Yeah, she does need justice. Boy, I tell you what, look at her. Look at how I was looking at some of her pictures and some of her things. She looks so sad right there. She looks so sad right there. But in some of her pictures, and we'll get into that in another one. I'm going to kind of make this a short one this morning. I'm going to probably do a couple today, 2 or 3 today, but because I got time today. But some of her pictures, I was wondering, and I'm going to do one on, is why is she always hiding? But we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. Hello, hello, beautiful Lady Q. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Let's see, we got Dawn Emery was a member for 4 months. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you for putting up with me for 4 months. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for being here, all of you. Jennifer, good morning. You did make a live. Good morning. Thank you for being here. And yes, Dawn, thank you for supporting this channel. Absolutely. We're making our little family grow over here. It won't be long. We'll be at 15,000. It won't be long. And, you know, it's not about the numbers, but it is about more eyes getting out on these people, right? So y'all make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. But we are growing, honey. We are growing. So, Retha Bell, hello, good morning, good morning. Love you, Miss Retha. Hello, hello. And let's see who else we got here. We got on Friday. And I'm trying to read your comments too. Let's see. Hey, Jude. It's our anniversary, member, for 12 months. Yay! Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, yesterday, speaking of that, I hadn't said hello to everybody yet. Speaking of that, I was on my phone and it said, YouTube sent me something and it said, I guess it was my anniversary for being on YouTube or whatever. So I guess that was when I started, you know, my YouTube channel, whatever. And it said more information or whatever. So I don't know if you're supposed to do something special or whatever, but Smiley hit the wrong button. Honey, I hit the wrong button. It was wrong. It was wrong. I don't know what I did, but I hit the wrong button. And anyway, I can never get back to it. So I'm going to have to sit down in my computer today and see. I don't know. It might be a special happy birthday card in there or something. I don't know, honey. I don't know. But thank you for reminding me of that. Happy anniversary. Hey, Jude. I love you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. 12 months. Thank you. Stephanie Williams. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Andrea said another missing child. Yep. 5 days now. Oh my God. I will read up on that. I will definitely get up on it. I hope you got my email a while ago. And if you want to send it to me, when I get off here, I'll definitely look though and see. And at least I'll spread the word out and all that stuff, because we don't need no more missing children, honey. We just don't. Let's see here what else we got going on. We got I'm trying to read some of your chats too. We got Sharon. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Jennifer. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank God it's Friday. Thank you for the super chat. Love you. Love you. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, that's so sweet. Good morning and happy Friday to you. And hey, Jude. Well, there you go. Hey, Jude. She gifted a membership, a Smiley's World membership to somebody. I can't see who got that, so y'all let me know who got it. And welcome to Smiley Squad. Woo! Welcome to Smiley Squad. I welcome you all with open arms. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are so kind this morning. Y'all are too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here what we got going on, honey. I think I am at the bottom. So, do y'all have any plans for this Friday, or are y'all just thanking God it's Friday? Mercy me. Thank God it is Friday, honey. I'm telling you. Because it's been seeming like Monday all week. You did. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Okay, let's see here what we got. Today is September 26, 2025. How about that? We're almost into a whole nother month here. I cannot believe it. Congratulations, Nala. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome to Smiley Squad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Hey, Jude. Thank you so much. So I'm glad everybody's here this morning. I'm glad everybody's doing good. Hey, Hobo's Life, honey. I hope you're doing good. Good morning, Smiley, and everyone. Still sore, but doing good. Well, we're still praying. We miss you and we love you. And I am so glad you caught alive this morning. I am so happy. I always love to mix up my time when I can. I can't do it all the time, but I like to mix up my time so I can see everybody. I almost went live real late last night, like real late. I'm not a lady anymore, but I couldn't hold it together. I'm like, nah, can't do it. So anyway, but today, again, we're still in this crazy case. Things happen here like every few minutes. It's so much coverage, I can't keep up with it, right? But she looks sad. She does. To me, she just looks sad right here. Sitting on the sidewalk and all that stuff. But anyway, you know, I don't know about y'all. It's pouring down rain here. It's pouring down rain here. So you might hear some thundering and lightning. But that's what's going on over here in Smiley's Hood, in my neighborhood. It's raining. We hadn't had any rain in a long time, so I'm kind of glad. I'm glad you caught alive too, Hobo's Life. I really am. I miss y'all when I don't see you. But I know y'all watch replays and stuff like that, and I want you to know I really appreciate you from the very bottom of my heart. I do. So thank you very much. A lady said, wow, I'm loving the crowd here this morning. Absolutely. Absolutely. A good crowd this morning. Good vibes. Nothing but good vibes, right? So grab your coffee, grab your sweet tea. You know, if you're one of those healthy peoples, grab you some water. Grab you some water. Grab your water. Whatever floats your boat. And let's talk this morning. Let's talk. You know, we speak for the voiceless here, and we don't chase clout. We're just here. We try to tell the truth for what we know it, right? And sometimes in this case or cases like this, there's a lot of rumors out there. And sometimes we have to separate those rumors, or we just have to use our head and our own minds and come to our own conclusions. Because there's a lot going on. Smiley, don't you have... Honey, I don't know. I haven't even looked at the weather. Do I have a hurricane? If I do, I better get prepared. That's all I can say. Maybe I better look, honey. I don't know. Smiley don't know. Uh, uh, Smiley don't know nothing. Smiley don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. But I guess I'll smile around and find out if we got a hurricane here and I'm not prepared, right? I've been doing research. I ain't got time to be worrying about no hurricanes now. But I do better get the right things that I need, like water. I'm speaking of healthy water. The things I can cook on my grill. Hey, Scotty. Hello, hello. Good morning to you. And dog food, that's the main thing, right? Hey. That's the main thing. I don't know, but thank you for having me to look, because I don't know, girl. I don't know. But we speak for the voiceless here, y'all, and we try to do the best that we can. I know that I try to do the best that I can. Sometimes my best is not always right or not always good enough, but I try the best that I can. That's all I can say. Honey, I'm doing the best I can. But anyway, it seems like something happens every 30 minutes in this case, non-stop. So it's hard to keep up with. It's hard to sort out. And, but we're going to try. We're going to try to do it the smiley way, the smiley style way. So just chill and buckle up, honey. Scotty said it's supposed to come in the Californias. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Oh, my good. Hey, Jude, prayers going up. Everybody that needs prayers this morning, prayers is going up to you. So this morning I named this Love, Lies, and Fake IDs. And nobody is really talking, right? Yeah, prayers for middle E. Oh my God, y'all, please put prayers for middle E. Put all the orange hearts and prayers. Absolutely. 100. Absolutely. But, the thing is, there were fake IDs. There was thought between these young'uns, and I call them both young'uns. They both are. They both were. She was a minor, though. Love. At least on her part, she thought there was love, right? She did. And, he knew better. He knew the difference, in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my story, and I'm sticking to that. And we'll get into that in a minute. And I say per the fake IDs, right? That's what I say. So if you haven't, go ahead and hit them thumbs up button. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. We can't have you miss anything. So you also need to subscribe and hit that bell, because when Smiley talks, I want y'all to be here. Be here, whether it's day, night, morning, or whatever. Right? I'm in a mood this morning. So I'm learning today. I'm learning this morning. Sometimes I sit up late and I do this research and I think I'm doing this show and I'll put something together and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then boom, something changes, or I get sleepy and I go to sleep and I wake up and something changes, right? Well, I got stacks of shows I can do. I'll try to catch up with them sometime today, honey. I don't know. That's why sometimes when you see it here, I don't have to be first, because it just needs to be Smiley style, right? That's all. That's all that matters. We do it in Smiley style. But I'm learning today, just this morning, that it's a fact now that everybody, how everybody was saying Celeste and David did have a relationship, or they didn't have a relationship, or blah, 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 blah. Well, this morning, I am learning that people can just be quiet because evidently, yes, they were in a romantic, honey, relationship. Absolutely 100. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you, Hobo's Life. And you look at your baby. Oh my God, how did I miss that on your photo? Thank you. Thank you for showing me that. I'm going to put a thing on my post. I want y'all to drop all your little animals in there. I love to see these beautiful little animals. Thank you. Hey, Tina girl. Hello, hello. So I am learning for a fact that Celeste and David did have a romantic relationship. They did. And there's nothing to doubt anymore, okay? They indeed had a romantic relationship. There was nothing platonic about it. They were together. And if there was any doubt in your mind before, just put it out because it's true, okay? And I said, that makes him a pedo. I mean, in my opinion only, okay? That's just me, but me, myself, and I. Now, David and Celeste was in a romantic relationship, and they were not just friends. Everyone has started to talk around them. And what they're coming out and saying is they thought she was 19 years old. Now, whether they're trying to cover their butts or not, I don't know. I don't know. But they're coming out, and the ones that are talking, they're saying they thought she was 19 years old. They thought she was a college student. She looks young to me anyway. But why? Why did they think that? Why? Because she had fake ID. Oh, look. Please, yes, we're going to drop some of those. We're going to drop some of those. Absolutely. I'm going to put up a thing when I get off here, and y'all can drop me your pretty little kittens and cats, and I don't care what you got. Just don't drop me no ugly possums. I don't like possums. I don't like them. And I got my reasons. Annabella's sleeping because she worked all night, but if she hears that, she going to know what I'm talking about. And Millie, they need to quit staying up all night online. They need to quit staying up on all night and seeing what's going on, honey. Because sometimes Smiley might be going early. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding, Janice. And Janice, honey, Janice would be falling to sleep. She'd be snoring. She'd be butt dialing people sometimes and be snoring. Miss Janice, I'm kidding you. I'm kidding you. I'm kidding you. We're going to get Millie and Annabella, though. But everyone around them thought Celeste was in college. They thought she was a college student. And why did they think that? Because they thought that because she had fake IDs. And because, and look who's talking, Smiley, I know, right? And because, guess what? When somebody tells you, hey, I'm 18, hey, I'm 13, hey, I went to the store today, hey, I got $10 out of the bank, I'm cooking stew, we're gonna eat at Subway, then you don't question that. Normal people don't question that. You take people at your word, at their word. Your word is supposed to be your bond, right? Good morning, Mama. Good to see you, honey. Good morning. So, but I think the majority of that was also she had the fake IDs. So, they had no reason to doubt her. They really didn't. They had no reason to doubt her. They, David, she, possibly, I don't know, the man, I don't know if it was the manager, I don't know, the bodyguards, I don't know, honey. But they portrayed her to be a 19-year-old college student, okay? Now, we know he could have met her as early as 11. She was online. He was online. He groomed her. There's no doubt that he groomed her. He groomed her and all these things. But evidently, allegedly, she started coming around him and his peers and all this, that, and the other at age 13, allegedly. Or she was almost 13, okay? Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. So I want you to tell me how a 13-year-old girl, this one on my screen right here, how suddenly she knows how to get a fake ID. Not one, not two, but multiple fake IDs. First of all, where did the money come from? Who helped her? In my opinion, for what it's worth, she didn't just wake up and say, hey, Sarah. Hey, my bestie. Hey, Jimmy. Can you make me a fake ID? I need to go to the club. Can you make me several fake IDs, honey? Can you just print them off on your computer? Because it ain't the way it works, right? That ain't the way it works, honey. But I'm sure she didn't just call her girlfriends and say, I think I'm going to run off today. I need to buy me a pack of cigarettes. And can you fix me one ID for that? Can you fix me one ID? Oh, and then now they brought her back from the first time she ran away. Yeah, there's another Celeste. And if you missed that, Lady Q, we'll definitely get into that. It is so confusing, but we will definitely get into that. And I think he used that. I'm just going to tell y'all now. I think he used that. And her name is almost identical. This is Celeste Rivas Hernandez right here on my screen. The other one is Celeste Herna or something like that. I'd have to look it up. But it's almost identical names and everything. They look pretty identical. One is 23, and then, of course, we got this one right here. Yeah, that's a true story. And so I think he used this. Okay, I think he used this other Celeste maybe as a body double sometimes, and in my opinion only, to pass her off when time got going rough. Or he thought if it come to something like this, then he could say, oh no, this Celeste is my girlfriend. I don't know this one. I don't know what y'all be talking about, honey. That's what I think. But, you know, I could be wrong. I really could. I really could. Yeah, Tina said you have to really pay attention to the difference because they look like identical twins almost. They really do. They really do. Yes, Janice, go do what you got to do. I knew Janice had to go somewhere. Janice, please have a good day, and I'll see you later this afternoon. I'm gonna come on. Probably, I'm in a mood today. I'll probably come on several times today about this and several different things. Okay, I'm just feeling my Odies today, not my Wheaties, my Odies. Proof of life, Smiley. Well, that's a whole nother video too, but that's in her. It depends. I showed it yesterday. I don't think you might have been in here, but Matt Theabu, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. He put it out. I think Pascal put it out. There were several different people who had actually put it out. That I don't want to say the dates incorrectly. I showed it yesterday, but that there was a possibility she was with him at his concert on the 22nd, y'all. Y'all might have to help me out there. And if that is her up in the stand with his brother, allegedly looking down over the stage, which it really does. And even Ashley Banfield put it out, News Nation. Then he had the 25th off. That had something to do with my short I put out last night. They could very well get a private plane and get back and do that. The cops have to build the timeline and all that stuff. So something to that effect. That's a whole nother thing, but it's possible that may be the last proof. That may be the last proof. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Now, I will tell y'all, I did ask permission, and I want everybody to be kind. Everybody to be kind in my comments if you write it or whatever, because it matters what Smiley thinks. This is Smiley's show. This is the way I run my show. And I asked Steve Fisher for permission last night, okay? And he was kind enough, courteous enough to allow me to post where he literally got the the information, the complaint where the car was sitting and was called in, okay? And I posted that. And I really appreciate that. I gave him credit, and I really, really appreciate that. So I want everybody to look at that as well. And, you can come to your own conclusions about that as well. But in my opinion, Celeste didn't just wake up and tell somebody to help her make these fake IDs, okay? Whoever, not we, because I sure as hell didn't, but whoever helped her get these fake IDs, they knew for a fact she was underage, right? So they had to fix it good enough to be able to, whatever she needed to use it for, to whatever they needed, something that looked real, a real fake ID, 1, 2, 3, however many she had, that nobody would ever question the ID being fake, and also never bring any attention to Celeste or David, in my opinion. Who pays for them? I don't know. We could guess, but that wouldn't be a fact, would it? Because I don't know. I just don't believe she had it done before she met him, is all I'm saying. No, I don't think so, because that's just my opinion. Anything's possible, Crystal, but I don't think so, because she was able to fly and go out of town and out of state with him and different things. And in my personal opinion, I don't know. I just don't see it. And besides, why would the other Celeste need a fake ID? She's 23 years old, from my understanding. She don't need an ID for anything. She can go anywhere she wants to go at any time, 24/7. She's considered an adult, right? So I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think it was meant for this little girl, and I call her a little girl because that's what she is, a little girl. That's what she was, you know. And but who got these fake IDs for her? Who paid for them? Who? Tell me how a 13-year-old girl suddenly just knows how to get one, but not one, multiple. And where did she get the money to pay for it? People's not going to just put their life at risk for a 13, 12, 11, 14-year-old girl. I'm sorry. They're not going to want to bring attention to themselves. So what was the purpose? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. She was David's little secret. The age, anyway. The age. Shh. Silence. Shh. Silent secret. She was the secret between you and me. Shh. She was his little secret, right? He couldn't have that coming on him and his music stuff, right? That brings me back to when I do the other live that I wanted to do that I mentioned earlier. I noticed in some of her pictures, she's either always covering up her face when she's together with him, or like there's one with a pocketbook she's holding up to her face. She's either got on big glasses and these hoodies and hats, and why? Oh, baby, nobody could ever know about us because of our, because, I can't, it would ruin my music career. But I love you. I love you more than anything in this world. Shh, we'll get matching tattoos. There ain't nothing like you. I'll buy you anything you want. All them things. Friends of his say they never saw her drive. So she didn't drive. She sure didn't take her, I don't know if she knew how to drive or not, but David wasn't about to teach her how to drive, right? Because if he did, she could have took a fake ID up there at the driver's place and got a driver's license. But see, they wasn't going that far because, honey, that could bring some attention for real, right? That could bring some attention for real. I think they had these fake IDs to go in clubs, to, if anybody questioned them or her, to take her on these trips, private planes, what have you. Travel the world with him, do what he wanted to do with her. Then I think those fake IDs were provided to her. And they didn't think much of it, actually. They didn't think much of her not driving because she was always, according to these people, she was always with David. Always. They said they were together all the time. And I don't think that was to get her around, just in my opinion. I think that was his control over her, to keep her on a leash also, in my opinion. I think he had her so in love with him, so wrapped around his fingers. The money, the fame, the traveling, She was a child, people. But she got to go to this lavish $20,000 a month home. I mean, in Hollywood Hills. What in the hell for a 13-year-old man? You know, she was getting to do all the things. She was in love. Can't blame her. She was groomed, in my opinion. As far as he was concerned, in my opinion, she was his. I think he picked her out. I think he picked her out a long time ago. We're talking about a young man that sat in his sister's closet and wrote the most horrible songs about killings, murders, this, that. Who has that on their brains? I think he chose her. That's what I think. I think he chose her. Well, Jennifer, where was the parents? Okay. This gets a little tricky for me, okay? Because my condolences do go out to the mother. I wouldn't wish that on any mother ever, 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 ever. And listen, even if her mother knew, I bet she didn't know she was going to end up in a trunk in somebody's car. Okay. So they have the runaway missing flyer out. Okay. All right. First of all, Celeste, again, I guess she was a rebellious teen. Okay. I don't know. I'm not blaming her. I'm just going to say. Now, her school teacher spoke out. Her brother spoke out. The only thing her mother said was her mother has said, well, she knew she had a boyfriend named David. Well, how do you, what do you mean she had a boyfriend? She's 11, 12, 13, and you're not going to find out? But, okay. Yeah. Well, I think you had to listen to some of my other lives because I don't know about that. I don't know if somebody was getting paid off. But here's the thing. After all this was said and done and they found her body and stuff, her teacher come out. She ran away before, got back, yada, yada. And then there was a missing flyer put out. Did they pass them out? Did they really search for? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there was a lot of publicity on it, to be honest with you. But you knew she ran away before. You got all the schools, the teachers, people telling you she's with this David guy that is a man, okay? But you ain't going over there knocking down no doors or sending the police there. Okay. She's your little girl. That's number one. But after all this was said and done, the brother came out and said the family knew. The family knew. So there's a lot of questions there. And I told y'all this was a crazy one. You know, to them, the friends look like maybe she was just young, couple in love. Oh, how sweet. And David's got a girlfriend, Kissing. You know, I don't think David was in his right mind, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, but I, from what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've saw, his interviews, what I have read, his music, I think he's a real sicko, to be honest with you. But to them, they just look normal. In hindsight, it shows dependence and how much control David really had over her and her movements, in my opinion. When her body was found in David's car, friends said they were not very quick to blame him because they were in shock. And they said he was usually pretty quiet or, you know, whatever. Hey, sometimes it's some quiet ones you got to watch, honey. I'm just saying. Yes, Crystal, honey, you ain't kidding. You are not kidding. But they couldn't believe it. They just couldn't believe it. The reaction was pure shock. Not that he did it, but that he was even connected to it at all. Well, how in the hell can you not even consider your friend might have did this if she's in your car? I would want to get to the very bottom of it, friend or no friend. So this is where perception versus reality. You know, he's this musician. Everybody looks up to him. He's a singer. No telling how many people he's gave money to, just for the hell of it, because I don't think money meant anything to him, to be honest with you. The nightmare of being linked to this tragedy, it's very concerning. Her family knew she was with him, and if they did, at least the brother did, okay, and I'm hearing the sister did, and the mom said she was with a David, okay, well, don't you think your other kids might have come to you, or you'd be asking, who is this David? Do y'all know who is David? Or when she run away, how about calling your other kids in there going, who is David? Do y'all know a David? Do you know a David? Can you get in our Facebook? Can you get in this? Can you get in that? Is there a David? Who is David? That's where I get upset at. Hey, Donna, good morning. But she was with David now, and why didn't they go straight to the law? Why didn't they go straight to the law and say she was with this David before? Her school teacher's saying that. The kids are saying that. Yada, yada, yada. I know of a David she's dating. How do you say your daughter's dating when she's that young? But anyway, whatever. But was it fear? Was it shame? Was it denial? Was it money? Or was it all of the above? Because I don't know. Somebody was keeping their mouth shut for a reason, though. Was it a lack in police trust? I don't even believe that here. I don't think so, in my opinion. But if it was a lack of police trust of police, then let me tell you, Smiley's going to tell you what you do. Hope this never happens to y'all, but if it ever does, this is what you do if you don't trust the police. If you have an underage girl, daughter, son, whatever, and you're a real parent, and even if they're being a hell-bent hellion, the child, and they're a minor, and you have done got them back from running away before, and you know about this alleged David or whatever, but you don't want to go to the police, well, let Smiley tell you what you do. You find out where this motherfucker lives, and you go over there and you kick in the door, and you pull her out by the hair of her fucking head, and you bring her back home or to the police, and then you dare whoever to call the police. Say, call them, bitch. She's underage. What are you going to do about it? Go ahead. That's what you do. That's what you do. So if it's a lack of trust in the police, take care of it yourself. Because what are they going to do? Right? Call the police. Call them. I want you to call the police. You got my daughter up in here. Willingly or non-willingly. She's underage. Go ahead, call them. But they let it ride. They let it ride. Why? Celeste was a minor. She was a little girl. At 13 years old, your brain is not capable of making such decisions. If you wish you knew or think you knew who and what and where you're going to be at, she was not capable of all of that. If you knew where your child is, especially with an older man, especially when you know they're a musician and there's probably more than likely drugs and all the bullshit involved, then you don't stay silent at all costs. You go get your child. Wow, Panda Bear's mom. So now, listen, it's been said, I can't verify, but now I'm hearing her family says this: if there's no arrest by the end of the week, they'll sue the police department. Isn't that an interesting contrast? Makes me wonder why. Really? I mean, there's nothing more than I want the person or persons, because I stand for victims, whether it's David or somebody setting him up or whatever. I've never once accused him. I think it's mighty suspicious. And yes, I think he will be arrested. But I think it's a little bit too late for the parents to be giving ultimatums to the police now. Arrest by the end of the week, or we're suing you. Well, I hope, like everything else, that falls on the police's deaf ears. I'm honestly standing up for them right now, because I'd be interested to know when she was actually gone. Yeah, I want to know. There was a flyer, but, how many times was it put out or given out? How many searches was done? How many boots on the ground? I'm just wondering what all was done. What was going on in the background? Did you call every single friend she had on Facebook, every single parent? Did you go knock on the doors? Did you go ride the neighborhoods? Did you keep checking with the school? Did you check with the cops? Did you check? I'm just wondering. Did you bring a search party? Was there dogs? I don't know. Might have been. But how many times did they speak to police to see, was there an update on their missing daughter? How many times was boots on the ground? How many times over and over did they call her friends? How many? Because Smiley wants to know. What were they actually doing during all of this time she's been missing? I'm just curious. Y'all write in the chat and let me know exactly what you think and what your opinions are, because I do care. I bet they didn't either, in my opinion. I mean, the brother's like, hey, why look for her? Hey, we know where she's at. We know. Yeah, the parents could have prevented this, in my opinion. And if they seen she was a troublemaker at the beginning, they could have got some kind of help, got some kind of guidance, got something, where she wasn't always running off. But you got to ask yourself. Ask. I always ask this. If people is running away children And even if you get them back and they run away again, what or who are they running from? What or who are they running from? See, I've heard that, and I've heard the sister too. I gave him the benefit of the doubt when that picture was circulating, and I got the picture somewhere. I can't bring it up right now. But where y'all see, everybody has saw this picture. There's a trade of money right there between two people. I don't know who these two people are, but the cops will know who they are. And I guarantee you they're going to be questioned. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt many times saying, maybe he was just making a video for one of his music songs. You know, maybe it wasn't nothing nefarious. Maybe it was just making a video. Who knows what it was for? A lot of people saying people was being paid off to keep their mouth shut because they knew exactly how old she was. And if he's not guilty of unaliving her and putting her in his trunk or having somebody do it or pay, there are hitmen, I'm just saying, or paid somebody to do the dirty work because he had the money. He has the money. He still has the money. He has more money now than he had a month ago because his records and shit skyrocketing. He's got the money. He's got this in the bag. There ain't no telling who he paid to do what. Hitman just don't come forward and say, yeah, David, she was getting a little bit, and you know what? There's been rumors she's pregnant. Okay, well, I didn't see that on the coroner's report. That was deferred. It was deferred, meaning they need more time to find the cause of death, even though they release the body, they still need more time. They may be waiting on toxicology, this, that, and other. But she didn't get in that trunk by herself, no matter what happened to her. Thank you, Lady for Justice. I've been preaching this morning, honey. You might want to rewind. I think it's been a pretty good one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's all too strange to me. He groomed her. He brainwashed her. That's right. And she was a child, in my opinion. And she didn't know nothing was wrong. She was just living her best life, honestly. She was just living her best life, in my opinion. And they like, younger people like to hang around older people and stuff, but she thought in her mind she was in love. Who says he didn't hire somebody to do it? People hire hit people all the time and say, the hitman's not going to come forward and say, I did it because he paid me to do it. Not unless you're an amateur, just saying. He went all over the world. He traveled everywhere. He was on world tour. He could have done anything he wanted to do. Money talks and bullshit walks. Right? Money's the root of all evil. I'm telling y'all. The reaction was pure shock from his friends. Why? After those lyrics and some of those songs, why? But they let it ride out. They knew, most of them come to the conclusion Celeste was a minor. Most of them had to know, period. Or, sometimes you tell your best friend, you got to know. I mean, she just chicks them up, whatever. I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to pretend to get in his sick mind. I think he was sick way back when. I think his mother knew it. I hear they are Christian people. That come out of his own mouth. And he did always the opposite of what they wanted or said. But I would be curious to know also, did they know about this girl Celeste? Did they ever meet her? Did they see him with her? Did he ever carry her to anything? And even try to pass her off as older? What is his family saying now? I don't know. You know, again, I hear his dad as an attorney. That's what I hear. I've been hearing that for days. So could that be the reason? It's just something worked out. Well, let's just not arrest him right now. He'll stop his tour, which he did. He's not leaving. I'm an attorney. And he has those things going for him. We're rooted right here. My job's here. He can come home and live with his mother. Because actually he did move out of the house, whether he was asked to or not, which was his manager was renting for him at $20,000 a month. So, we don't know what's going on as far as that behind the scenes. Maybe he moved back home. I don't know. But at 13 years old, I do feel she was brainwashed. And if you know where your child is, especially with an older man, I think you should go and get her, period. And don't forget, her own brother said they knew, the family knew. And that's just, that's been said. I mean, you can't unsay that. It's been said. So there's that. And again, I'm curious. I'm curious what they did to get her back. I'm curious. I'm curious on both families now. I really am. But more so on hers. Is this a real push for justice? Or was it damage control? Was it just being people paid off to keep the damage from damaging his career, which he's screwed on that now. He is screwed big time on that now. Regardless, any way you look at it, he may be infamous right now and his music might be blowing up and his records might be blowing up. That's not going to last. That's only because me, you, and others are going to listen to lyrics, trying to find clues. That's the news, the media, mainstream media, and just curious people, And so it's causing him. Yeah, I think damage control. Absolutely, Beverly. Damage control. It's a real push for that GoFundMe. Yeah. And that's a whole nother issue there. I don't like that. I don't like it. That was set up before they even got her body back, right? Well, okay. Do what you want. Be honest about it. People set up GoFundMes. They do, whatever. People saying it is legit and all that. Okay, well, here's the problem. It hadn't been took down yet. There's more than enough right now to bury her, to have a funeral. There's more than enough there. So why don't you just get what you need it for and then take it down? But here's the other thing. I mean, Luke Bryan would have did this. Remember Raleigh Strain? Anybody with any morals or common sense or anything else, even if they didn't have anything to do with Celeste being unalived, he could have had somebody pay the funeral home anonymously and pay for that funeral. Hey, after all, he was with Celeste. He did know Celeste. Yeah, I don't think it's legit, Beverly. That's me. I mean, that's just what I think. I'm not donating a damn dime to it. But that's just me. People can say what they want to say. And, they got more than enough. But what I'm saying is, why don't he do the right thing? Or his, Christian parents have him do the right thing and pay for her funeral. She was in his car. Regardless, he can go, if he didn't do it and he's innocent, he can go after who did it later. You understand? But the moral, compassionate thing to do would be, okay, yeah, I know her. I was with her with whatever reasons. Yes, she was a minor. Face the consequences, or prove we even had a sexual relationship and don't get in trouble for it. Because, now your career is pretty much screwed here. It'll probably be in a few months anyway. But do the right thing. Pay for her funeral. But see, it was my car. I'm sorry. I don't know how this happened. It is disgusting on so many levels. That's right, Lady Q. It is so disgusting. I mean, dealing with the police and stuff, they say David is cooperating. And there is no arrest. I don't know. I think there will be arrest. I don't know what they're waiting on. I don't know if it's because his dad's attorney. I don't know any of that. I don't know. One thing I know for sure, and two things for certain: no lawsuit, no press release, no finger pointing can bring back Celeste. Justice isn't about waiting until it's too damn late. Justice is about speaking up when your child is missing, when she's a minor, and when you think she's with a freaking man over age. Damn his music career. Damn any money you may be getting. I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying. Damn hurting his career. You don't give a shit about them or who they are. You care about your daughter. That's my opinion. And let's not forget the one thing that David can never deny, never, ever, ever, is he can't never deny he knew her. He might deny he was in a relationship with her, but he cannot ever deny he knew her. And for her to end up dead in his car, I don't know how he's going to get out of that one. There's pictures, there's traces, there's text, there's all kinds of things, there's witnesses, and so he cannot get out of not knowing her. He cannot deny that. And whether they can prove they were in a relationship or not, because nobody was in the bedroom, I don't know. I don't know. But that's the truth nobody can erase, no matter how many excuses or how many distractions get thrown around. Just can't. Just can't. It does, Jennifer. I mean, it's very obvious. And if you got common sense, you don't have to sit here and accuse nobody. You don't have to sit here and call out names. You don't, it's just very common logical sense. I mean, either one or two things. He did it, or he had somebody to do it. Now, they're saying they're waiting on results and to see if she unalived herself. Well, she could have had overdosed. She could have had an accident. They got scared. Whatever. But she didn't put herself in that car. She didn't do that to herself. And she would have never been there and did that if she wasn't around all of that. Just saying. Hey, Castle. Hey, everyone coming in. Thank you for being here. Let's play. I want to play something real quick for you. Hold on. Give me just a second.
Dispose of all of the speculation around the singer known as David and the underage girl found decomposing in the trunk of his Tesla. Up until tonight,
This just
there's
come
really been
in
no definitive proof
today,
that
or I
David
saw it
Anthony
today.
Burke was actually in a romantic relationship with Celeste Rivas Hernandez. But now there is. TMZ spoke with multiple friends of David who were, quote, under the impression that he and Celeste were indeed a couple, a romantic couple. David's friends believe that Celeste was 19 years old and a college student. Earlier today, I spoke with TMZ senior producer Charlie Neff, who is behind that breakthrough reporting. So, Charlie, you talked with friends of David. How did they know him, and how well did they know him?
Yeah, so the folks that I spoke to are in the LA music scene. So they know David very, very well. They didn't know Celeste as well as they knew David, but they did notice that he was bringing her along when they would go to parties in the music scene. Maybe they would have hangouts after a recording session. And they knew David to be a very gentle person, is what they told me. They also described him as very soft spoken. Friends around him are extremely shocked that he's even remotely connected to this grisly murder of a 14-year-old girl. Obviously, he has not been named a person of interest. And from what we've seen, there is no legitimate connection connecting him to the death of this young girl. However, her remains were found in his car. And just that connection alone has really shocked a lot of people around him.
Did they get the impression that this was a romantic couple?
Yes, absolutely. So the people that I spoke to that were seeing them together out in the scene believed they were romantically involved. Now, look, they did not say anything about PDA, said that David was a very shy, quiet person, and Celeste seemed to mirror that as well. So they weren't out there making out at parties and things like that, but they did believe, because they would see them together so frequently, that these two were in a relationship.
Where did they get the idea that she was somehow a 19-year-old going to USC as a college
I know. Isn't that just so crazy? Because, we think, how does a 14-year-old child, present as a 19-year-old woman? And I was told that these people were just so sure that she was a college student. They were specific. They said that she attended USC from what they believed. And also, she was seen at events where there's age restrictions, clubs and parties and stuff like this, where she had to be at least of 18 years old to get in. And we do know from law enforcement sources that she did have several fake IDs as well. So she was able to get into places where there was age restrictions. But,
Charlie, it's so sad to hear that you and I are talking about a 14-year-old girl, but I keep going back to the fact that it's possible he connected with her as early as 12, and on the far end, maybe even 11. Did these friends have a long relationship with David? Like, for instance, did they know Celeste when she was maybe 13, or God forbid, even 12?
Yeah, so the people that I spoke with just recently got to know him. He has been popular for quite some time. We know that he had been signed to a record label when he was underage. However, he has kind of blown up in the music scene the past couple years. So it would have been the past couple years that they did know her. But yeah, she would have been, about 12 years old during the time that she was coming around. And, we don't know a whole lot about who her friends were, if she did have friends. We just know that she was coming around more in his circle. And we know she wasn't really home very often because she wasn't attending school.
Well, God, if you think about it, her friends would have been elementary school friends because it's only a couple years ago that she would have been in elementary school. And if she disappeared at 13, she would have been just into middle school. And just the whole idea that we're talking about it is so uncomfortable. But I am so curious about her story and how she presents.
She would have been in middle school, y'all. Middle school. I mean, she was just starting to really find herself, in my opinion, and live her life. And middle school. Wow. I don't think middle school you should be dating a musician, a man, maybe all out on drugs. But see, she was a child, in my opinion. Her mind was a child. And see, she played Fortnite. They got in these discords and stuff. And I guess she had been talking to him for a long, long time. And then you know the rest. I think he groomed her. I think she was having problems at home. I think it was a troubled home, in my opinion only. And she ran away once. They got her back. She kept talking to him. Things kept happening. The teachers come out and spoke. I'll play that again later. But, and then I think he brainwashed her. They were in these discords, and God only knows what was going on. God only knows.
And as you mentioned, these friends of David said she presented very much like a 19-year-old. Did they see her driving? Did they see her driving, say, his car? Because if she's telling everyone she's a USC student, she's got to be going out of the house or leaving his presence on a regular basis.
Yeah, these people did not see her driving or ever see her driving his car or anything of the such of the matter. But, she was always with him. So, everything he did in his life, she kind of seemed to follow.
Do we know, Charlie, if these friends had any inkling that Celeste had actually moved into that mansion, that she was full on a resident of that home in the Hollywood Hills with David?
So the people that we spoke with a lot of neighbors in the area, and they don't recall seeing Celeste, or at least don't remember seeing her face. I know there are reports out there saying that she had been living with David and was at least staying there in the past couple weeks, leading up to when she was discovered.
Did these friends of David ever mention that Celeste talked about her family or her home life, or let on anything about her personal life?
Yeah, so the people that I spoke with didn't know much about her. It doesn't seem like this really came up, at least in like a social gathering or a social scene. No one really questioned much about her background. Like I mentioned, they just knew her as this college student that went to USC. It doesn't look like they really unpacked that. You kind of just take somebody at their word when they say things like that.
Did you get the impression that they thought David might actually be involved in this extraordinarily mysterious and tragic death?
So when I spoke to people around him, they were shocked that he was even remotely in, just the same sentence of this grisly, gruesome murder. Just the fact that it was his car that her remains were found in, they were shocked because, they said he appeared to be a very gentle guy, very shy guy, quiet. I also was told that his family is very conservative. They were very much involved in his life. Remember, he's just a 20-year-old, and his family was very much a part of his career from the beginning. And so for him to even be connected in any kind of way, again, he is not a person of interest, but for it just to be his car, they thought was just extremely disturbing and confusing. And just how could anybody do this, especially somebody that they would see at social scenes and things like that? They just can't believe it. It's extremely shocking for them.
Do you know if these friends that you talked to have also been interviewed by the police?
So I did speak with somebody who said that they have not personally been interviewed by police, but they believe that it's absolutely possible that other people in that group could have been interviewed by police. I'm sure police are trying to make sure that there's no stone unturned, and they are combing through everything to try to piece together this just horrific case.
If I were a betting man, Charlie, I'd say he would be going to his support system, which, as you just mentioned, he's got a supportive family. I think they're in Houston. Does anybody know if that's a possibility? Any sightings, any hint, anything about Houston?
There hasn't been any sightings, and like you mentioned, he is from Texas originally, and we do know that he has a couple homes out there as well, which it does not appear that there have been any search warrants for either one of those homes. There haven't been any sightings, so it appears he's in hiding. I'd imagine, like I mentioned, he is not a person of interest. Maybe, if he has no connection to this grisly murder whatsoever, he obviously knew who this young girl was. I imagine that would be extremely hard and painful to hear what unfolded to somebody but and it's unclear if he's spoken to police, but hopefully they get to the bottom of it soon.
Boy, I sure hope police know where he is. If you and I don't, I sure hope they have a handle on where he is, because my feeling is now that he's lawyered up, they still have some questions for him. Charlie Knapp, amazing work. Great journalism and a really good interview. Thanks so much. I appreciate this.
Thank you so much, Ashley, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Okay, so y'all heard it there. I didn't catch that a while ago. They say he's lawyered up. So I told y'all a few days ago or something, I bet he had an attorney anyway, because he's a musician and he would have an attorney on retainer, period, in case something like this happens. And then I've told y'all several times, and even today in this live, that his dad was said to be an attorney, and that come out of his own mouth, right? But are those the ones that's considered his attorney, or does he have another attorney specifically for this that he went out and got? And if so, that was mighty quick. Let's see. I heard once and 100 times. Absolutely. Yep. I bet you did. I bet I've heard that from people too as well. Absolutely. I've heard it from people as well. Yes, that I read that lyrics yesterday. Oh my God. And to me, let me see if I don't know if I still got it right here, but the lyrics was, oh my God, let me just see if I can get it. Hold on. Let's see, hold on a minute. Okay, let's see, come on. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to read it, and I'll read it again for those that wasn't in here yesterday or who missed it. Now, this was, and think about this. He wrote this. I said this yesterday. He wrote it. This was his thoughts. He wrote this from his head, from his heart, sitting in his sister's closet. By the way, he has a little sister, okay? Hey, Choo-Choo. Hello. So I read this yesterday, but I'm going to read this again. And it says, I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? I don't mean to be complacent with the decisions you made, but why? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear, and I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. And that's the lyrics to that song. So even if he wrote that before, whatever the speculation is, he had this evil in his heart. I said it yesterday. I know some of you wasn't here. I feel personally he had a hate towards women. That's just me. But I think he had a hate in his heart. He planned this. Whether he planned it with this Celeste or not, I don't know. But I think she might have been chosen. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm just saying that's my opinion. And had in his head, or he wouldn't have put it on paper. Exactly. He had it in his head, his mind, his soul, his heart, whatever you want to call it. He had it there, and he put it from pen to paper. And then he turned around and made it into a record and made it his. He did that. He didn't pay nobody to write him that song. Nobody came up to him and said, hey, bro, I got this music I wrote, and I don't know how to, can you sing it for me? Can you, no. He wrote it. He wrote it. He thought it, and all those things. So there's something about David. There's something about David. Yeah, somebody that won't arrive. Maybe he thought she was lying about maybe that, or maybe he thought she would never show up too. Never show up. Maybe when it was all in the game stage or whatever. I don't know, man. Crazy. I think he needs to definitely be evaluated, in my opinion. He had problems. That's why he was homeschooled. I went over that too. His mom allegedly said that's why she homeschooled him, so he could have more time on the computer and more time building computer. That's what he liked to do. And, he did all this Fortnite stuff, blah, blah, blah. You don't reward your kids by they have problems in school. Okay, honey, come home. We're going to homeschool you. You'll have more time. No, you say you wait till you get grown, and if this is the career path you want to take, then you do X, Y, Z. You do it when you get 18, whatever. But I'm not bringing you out of school, homeschooling you, letting you sit in your little sister's closet, and then you just go haywire, go in these discords, go pedo on all these people and talk about this kind of music. This is dark. No. I don't know, man. I don't know. You don't write anything unless you're thinking it. I write down so much stuff. I write. I've always liked to write since I've been a little girl. But it don't come out of nowhere. It don't come out of nowhere. And once you write it, it don't mean you're going to say it or whatever. Hell, he not only said it, he turned it into music. Have a good day, honey. I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you again. I'm going to come on again. But yeah, Jennifer wants me to read it again. Hold on. Okay. All right. It says, I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. No, yeah. Okay, let me start over. Okay, it says, I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? I don't mean to be complacent with the decisions you made, but why? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't ever cry. No, not a single tear. And I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. I mean, that's very disturbing if you ask me. It's very disturbing. It's just so disturbing. Again, Celeste is the victim. She was the victim. And if nothing else, he groomed her. He groomed her. Thank you, Lady Q. He groomed her. I think he tried to brainwash her. I don't know if he had to do that much on his own or not, because she was in love. That's just my opinion. Puppy love, love with a musician, love with all, I don't know. Okay. But it's all wrong. It's all sick. She should never be gone. She is the victim. Now, so much is changing. I'm going to get off of here so I can go research some more, listen to some more, look at some more, see what else is going on, and then I can bring y'all some more. I can bring you some more of Smiley's thoughts and my opinions. Hopefully there will be an arrest soon, but again, I guess they're doing their due diligence. I would be interested to see if they're paying any attention now to her mother or father or whoever's out there saying that allegedly, if there's not an arrest by the end of the week, they'll sue. I find that rather interesting, and I think I stand with the police on that one. I would call the bluff, honestly. So that's just me. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have a great morning. Go eat lunch. Do whatever you need to do. And I'll see y'all in a bit. I promise I will see y'all in a bit. It'll be soon. Thank you. And I'll see you in the streets. Just smile around and find out, honey. I will be back. And I'll see you in the streets. YouTube streets, that is. See you later. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, mods. Bye.